Malcolm X was not killed by the FOI. Malcolm X was killed by the FBI.
Ooh.
That's who killed Malcolm X. When Malcolm X was in Mecca, he was being followed by the CIA, not the FOI. Whenever Malcolm tried to land his plane in France, the French government told him that he could not get off the plane because they didn't want him assassinated on French soil. Do you think we was able to call over there and tell the French president, don't let Malcolm off the plane? Do you know on January 4th, 1957, they started the wiretap of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and put him under 24-hour surveillance? Well, if Malcolm X was killed February 21st, 1965, they had an 8-year run of monitoring the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad 24 hours a day. Where's the footage or the record showing that he had something to do with the assassination of Malcolm X? And every time they talk about Malcolm leaving, they always say he defected from the nation. Well, whenever you use the term defect in manufacturing, that's whenever some product has gone bad. Whenever a product goes bad, they don't stop production. They go back, make some tweaks, and produce a new and better. You don't see a person drive a Nissan Maxima and crash the Nissan Maxima, and they say, woe is me, the Nissan Maxima defected, we can't make no more cars. No, they figure out a way to make a new one and a better version of it. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad manufactured Malcolm X. And if he manufactured him and he defected, surely he has the ability to make another one, a newer one, that's better. And he made a newer one and a better one in the perfected representative of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So there's no reason for him to do that. He gave an instruction, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad then, do not touch Malcolm, do him no harm. We follow instructions with loyalty to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad then like we do to the minister now. So nobody would have ever done that from us. Interesting that whenever he was shot, 2 of the gunmen that they arrested, Thomas 15X Johnson and Norman 3X Butler, and then the only one that admitted to doing the shooting was a man named Thomas Hagen or Talmadge Hayer. I said, man, why come they put the X's on all of them but then put the X on his? I went and started doing the research in the COINTELPRO, and that's another problem. We lazy learners. With a Google brain.
Especially now, yeah.
Yeah, we Google brained. We just look up stuff and living off sound bites. We don't go and dig. And so the slave master said yesterday the best place to hide something from a nigga is to put it in a book.
Yes, sir.
And it still stands. So we haven't done no research. We just go, I seen the movie. I heard. But hearsay in a movie is not actual fact. Historical document is. And when you look at it, you'll find that Thomas Hagen, the only one that admitted to pulling the trigger, said, number one, the 2 that you were talking about, Thomas 15X and Norman 3, they were not there at all. I was there with somebody named Lee or Leon, and I was there with another one named Will, and I was there with another person named Ben who we had met in their homes prior to this move that we were making to assassinate Malcolm X. Then he said, I was not in the nation. His mother said he wasn't in the nation. His cousin said, this is an affidavit inside of the court documents. So, you know, we weren't, no, it's a little bit, some remixing been going on. You know, in the streets they say they stepped on it. So I would challenge the listening audience to not be a lazy learner. Do some research. Dig, get the COINTELPRO facts. Go study J. Edgar Hoover's counterintelligence program. Read the ones that document that they celebrated the assassination of Malcolm X. Read the documents that tell you that Gene Roberts, Malcolm X's head of security, was in fact an NYPD officer and an FBI agent who talked Malcolm X out of having a search procedure that day at the Audubon Ballroom and told all the guards to bring no weapons. And when Malcolm got shot, Gene Roberts came and gave the man mouth to mouth. You don't give a gunshot victim mouth to mouth. You cover the wound so that no air can get in. Mouth to mouth. He wasn't trying to save him. He was trying to make sure that he died. Did you know Malcolm X was trying to come back into the nation before he died?
No.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told him, well, if you want to come back, you have to put out some of the fires that you've started. Who knows? That day at the Audubon Ballroom, Malcolm might have been standing on that rostrum prepared to put out the fires, but before he can put them out, somebody opened fire on him. Not the nation. We didn't kill Malcolm X. The same people that bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street.
Yes, sir.
The same people that broke the Garvey movement.
That killed Martin
The same
Luther King
people
Jr.
that put the Tuskegee experiment that killed Dr. King. It's the same government that assassinated Malcolm X. And the way of the devil is throw the rock, hide your hand. And in this case, they didn't just throw the rock and hide their hand, but they actually threw the rock, hid their hand, and then blamed the throwing of the rock on somebody else, and it's us. But we didn't throw that rock. We didn't kill Malcolm X. Not the FOI. The FBI killed Malcolm.
Dear Holy Apostle, Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and Merciful, to whom all praise is due, whom we forever thank for giving us the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad as our divine leader, teacher, and guide. I want to put what I'm going to say to you on this tape for two purposes. Number one, I want to really apologize to you for having let you down, for the mistakes that I've made, especially during the past year. I want to confess my fault, confess my wrong. I want to confess my weaknesses. I want you to know that thanks to Allah and you, I'm able to see myself better now. I'm able to see my weaknesses better now and my shortcomings better now. I do believe that in seeing them better, it may be possible for me to overcome them and become a better person. At least I am praying to Allah that this is the case. And above all else, I'm praying to Allah to put mercy and forgiveness in your heart. And if you weren't merciful nor forgiving toward me, I could well understand it. I've always known that Master W.D. Farad is Allah. I believe that Master W.D. Farad is Allah, and I believe that you are his messenger. I believe that your program is right, and I believe that your teachings are right, and that it was my belief in this that made me as successful as I was. Especially it was my firm belief in this that enabled me to stand up in the face of all opposition on television, on radio, before colleges, and before people out in the street at mass rallies, and support your program and present your program and represent your program. It was my faith in it that enabled me to represent it.